7 Mysterious Stories of Mount Tangkuban Perahu Tourism, make goosebumps. Various stories and explanations about mysterious figures who often appear and disturb tourists when visiting Mount Tangkuban Perahu. Not only one figure, but local people still believe in the myths that existed in ancient stories. Tourist attractions that present the charm of nature and the crater. It seems that it is already legendary and phenomenal with the stories in it. Mount Tangkuban Perahu is a tourist attraction located on the border of Lembang and Subang, West Java. Tangkuban Perahu is full of myths and mystical stories. One of them is a mysterious woman looking for a scarf and a man dressed in black.
The forest area of Mount Tangkuban Perahu indeed feels very different and scary. The air temperature suddenly changes, feelings of anxiety that creep into the minds of some people, to strange sounds that come from nowhere. In the forest there are also many warnings for visitors not to go deeper into the forest area, and these warnings are installed right at the point of the mythical figure of a woman seeking a scarf.
Behind its splendor and various charms, Mount Tangkuban Perahu, like several other mountains in the country, has myths that may be beyond the reach of common sense. The most famous myth is of course the legend of the formation of Mount Tangkuban Perahu, where Sangkuriang was rejected by his biological mother, Dayang Sumbi.
Tangkuban Perahu is one of the active volcanoes in West Java. Having a natural charm and a very alluring crater treat, the mountain with a height of 2,084 meters above sea level is one of the natural attractions that are often visited by tourists. The temperature at Mount Tangkuban Perahu can reach 17 degrees Celsius during the day, and when night comes it will drop to 2 degrees Celsius. Sturdy pine trees stand along the way to the Tangkuban Perahu mountain area, presenting a green view that gives a cool impression. Arriving at Tangkuban Perahu crater, the eyes will focus on the view of the crater formed by nature millions of years ago. The pungent smell that comes out of the sulfur is characteristic of the aroma around this legendary tourist area.
In the past, the forbidden love story of Sangkuriang and Dayang Sumbi was often used as a bedtime story for children in Pasundan land. Dayang Sumbi, who was reluctant to marry her own son, finally gave a condition. He asked Sangkuriang to make a boat complete with the lake overnight before sunrise. Sangkuriang almost finished his request for the help of the genie. But Dayang Sumbi continued to pray to the power. Finally the sun rose earlier. Sangkuriang failed. Then he kicked the boat, which then overturned and became Mount Tangkuban Perahu. Sundanese folklore is still attached to this day in the midst of the Mount Tangkuban Perahu Natural Tourism Park.
Mount Tangkuban Perahu also keeps a history of violent eruptions. This mountain erupted about 40,000 years ago, which produces a lava flow of basalt composition that flows to the northeast. This lava flow covers an area of 189 square kilometers with an average depth of 10 meters. Mount Tangkuban Perahu grew 90,000 years ago in a sharp conical shape consisting of interludes between hot cloud deposits. Lava flows indicate an alternating explosive and explosive eruption. The last eruption produced 9 craters, the Ratu crater, which is believed to be the location where Dayang Sumbi plunged herself, only to be enjoyed by the crater rim. On July 26, 2019 experienced an eruption and spewed volcanic ash as high as 200 meters above the peak. This eruption was due to reduced groundwater due to seasonal changes. Since June 2019 the remaining groundwater became hot and caused an eruption.
So what are the myths and mysterious stories around Mount Tangkuban Perahu that are still circulating today? Let's see the following article.
One. The mystery of Emin's rise.
If you drive from Subang to Tangkuban Perahu, you must pass the Emin climb, which is in the theater area. Emin is the name of the victim who was burned to death with his truck in an accident. Emin is considered to be the first accident victim on this incline in the 1960s. Since then, the spirit of Emin is considered wandering and asks the victim to accompany him. Emin Climb is the main access road in front of the Tangkuban Perahu tourist attraction. In addition to frequent casualties, the climb of Emin is inhabited by many mysterious figures, often disturbing road users, causing many fatal accidents.
2. The mystery of the Paudonan stone and women's underwear.
On Tangkuban Perahu there is also a bathing pool with one of the stones resembling a woman's genitals. The stone, named Paudonan, is believed to be the remains of Dayang Sumbi. A woman who is beautiful and young to old. To the extent that his own biological child does not recognize and fall in love with the beauty of his mother.
Three. The mystery of Jin Sangkuriang Tangkuban Perahu.
When building the lake and boats, Sangkuriang was assisted by genie troops so that his work could be completed before sunrise. Reportedly, the genie waiting for Tangkuban Perahu that still exist today are the Sangkuriang troops.
4. Tangkuban Perahu Sacred Baths.
According to people's beliefs, the sacred water and Kaharapan cave used to be a means of bathing Princess Queen Dayang Sumbi. Sacred water is the flow of water from a spring from the top of Mount Tangkuban Perahu. At first, it was above that Dayang Sumbi took a bath. To avoid the threat of wild animals and bad people, the community finally made a water flow that was channeled from the top to the cave.
Five. Hidden Heaven.
The existence of Curug Samuja is located in the most upstream area. In the past, this waterfall was often used to worship and meditate for something. Worship is usually done at night. When the devotee has finished saying his prayers, he must bathe at night under the spill of this waterfall.
6. Mysterious Beautiful Woman.
The existence of a mysterious figure who has often been discussed by visitors to Mount Tangkuban Perahu tourist attractions, makes the mysteries and legends of stories in the past unsolved. Many people who often see the appearance of this beautiful woman. It was predicted that the woman would often make many visitors lost and frightened. Several times it was an indigo child who managed to interact with this beautiful woman with the aim of looking for a scarf. This makes a number of people more interested in the mystery story in the Tangkuban Perahu mountain story.
7. Visitors often have hearing problems.
It's not something strange anymore. Some visitors who come to the tourist attractions of Mount Tangkuban Perahu usually often complain of hearing problems. When we start crossing the highway around the Emin Hills, suddenly we are often temporarily deaf. This is often felt by a number of tourists when visiting the Tangkuban Perahu mountain tourist attraction.